All right, so back to the question that we got distracted from is how you craft this thing, how you think about writing this thing. When do you first think I need to write about this?
So, okay, so the first year was really just a lost year. And then after that, because society kind of expects you to, I tried to start acting normally and doing things that normal women do, like being the secretary of the high school PTO and going back to being a conservation commissioner in the town of West Tisbury and trying to finish my book. And I realized 2 years into it that that was exactly what it was. It was still an act. I'm acting this part of woman being normal, but I don't feel it at all because of the suddenness of the death and all the things I had to do in the wake of it. I have never properly done the business, the work of grieving. And it came, I don't know why I didn't think of it earlier, because writers write. That's what we do. That's how we figure out what we think. It's how we make sense of the world. And I thought maybe I just need to stop doing everything else and just write about what happened, revisit that time when I didn't take the time to mourn and actually take it. And so I took myself off to the remotest place I could think of.
Why did you pick it?
I picked it because I'd been there before when we were early in our marriage, and I was working on what I thought would be research for what I thought would be a really good novel. It was going to be my second novel. And it took me to this island, and Tony came because we often came with each other on research trips as a second pair of eyes and ears, soaking up detail. And I loved it there. I just thought it was a gorgeous place, and I imagined that maybe one day we could move there. And I broached that to Tony, and he changed the subject very quickly.
He would go insane. He would go
It
insane.
would not have suited him.
Tony was just we
He's
never had
way too social for a small community like that.
and he needed stimulation.
Yeah. Also, he hates small planes. So, so it would not have worked. But it was always in the back of my mind, that beautiful place, Flinders Island. So that's where I went.
So when you think about what it means to do the work of grieving, what does it mean?
So, they say for PTSD and for what they call complicated grief, which is grief that goes on for a long time, one of the therapies for it is to revisit the moment over and over again and try and recall more and more detail about it. And in some ways, that is supposed to be a healing therapy. Well, I didn't go to a therapist. I went to Flinders Island. I got out my writing persona, and I did that work. And that's what I did instead of therapy.